Hi, everybody. DJ Yoakley with you for a player profile right here on the headquarters of YSN. And you know why? Because it's located in East Palestine, and that's why we have the East Palestine player profile. Gia Brestelli joins us from the brand spanking new facilities here on the campus of Your Sports Network. Gia, welcome.
Hello.
You were actually the first person to see it all kind of come together in pieces. Now, I know you walked in and there was like a construction area going on, but let's get to you.
Okay.
Senior year. It's gone so fast. I've known you since you were knee-high to a grasshopper, I feel like. How is the whole, I mean, you've run the gamut. I mean, you play volleyball, you cheer, play softball, obviously. What has the experience been like for you just, from being really, what were you, 5?
Yeah.
5 years old, now you're 18 years old?
Yeah.
The last 13 years have gone by in a flash. Talk to me about your experience, especially from a sports standpoint here in East Palestine.
Well, East Palestine has brought me a lot of opportunities, and volleyball, cheer, and softball have been great, with this year winning the sectional championship in volleyball, and then having my mom as my coach for cheerleading. And softball, I'm surrounded by great girls and great coaches. The school itself has brought me so many good opportunities, and I'm actually salutatorian in my class, so
Congratulations.
thank you. I am just excited for my future, but I'm definitely going to miss East Palestine.
Okay, so you're looking at salutatorian. Obviously, you crack the books pretty hard, as much as you crack the softball, and a serving specialist in volleyball, and the cheer captain. So you've got a lot on your plate. How did you kind of dice everything up and say, hey, I want to be the best at everything I could possibly be, and if I'm going to compete, I want to be at the top of the list of people they think about when they think about East Palestine blank?
Yeah. So from a very young age, I've been taught that I'm a student athlete. Student comes first all the time. So balancing schoolwork and athletics is hard, but schoolwork's my priority 110%. I just love playing sports, so it kind of is a stress reliever with all school and college classes and stuff like that. So
I hate to ask this question because I know you love all of them equally, but if you had to pick one and specialize in it between the three things and the activities, extracurricular that you're involved in, what would it be and why?
volleyball, 100%.
Volleyball?
Yeah.
No kidding.
I love volleyball. It's such, I don't know, the girls that I was with and the coaches and everything like that. And Bree Hall was my JO coach, and she is amazing. So, I don't know, she kind of taught my love for the game. And I'm hoping to go coach and help out with Bob Shansky in Southern Local this summer. So, I'm excited for that.
So it's not like you're busy enough. You're just going to keep adding on to that
Just
plate.
keep adding on.
And now you head to the University of Akron,
Yep.
where you're going to study.
Secondary education. I'm going to be a social studies teacher.
Very cool. What about social studies caught your attention and really made you want to focus in on that?
I was in government class when the 2020 election happened, so we focused all about that. And I originally told my mom I wanted to be a politician, and then she told me that I can't take criticism at all. So I decided to try and study it just to be a teacher and make impacts on children's lives.
Now, I know that you, like myself, wear all your emotion
100%.
right here.
100%.
How challenging is it during a basketball game? Because I know you're a cheerleader. If it's a rough game, to stay into it. How do you mentally prepare yourself for one of those games and keep the happy face and the spirited face on yours?
Yeah, I don't know. It was a rough year. Of course it was, but just seeing all of my friends be happy and play, it just, no matter the outcome, everyone had fun, and we talked about it the next day. My class has made it amazing on me this year, and it's just so much easier to have fun when you have good people around you.
So you're not going to go far away. University of Akron, you're still going to be able to come home, and I'm just going to guess that you'll be involved in some capacity, in some way, knowing who you are and who your parents are. So what do you anticipate? Do you anticipate getting involved as a volleyball coach? And obviously, I can see your mom's a cheerleading coach, so that probably, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree there. From your standpoint, why is it important to get involved right now with student athletes? And you've done a great job of getting involved with the youngers because you've got a younger brother who's 10, 9?
8.
8?
Yeah.
So, I mean, even that, and you are well known. You're like a role model to all those kids there, and they look up to you because, well, let's face it, you're an 18-year-old girl and they're 10 years old. You are like their Halle Berry at this point in their life. Talk to me about how you want to continue to make an impact on the younger generation, even at the ripe age of 18 years old?
Yeah. So I'd love to coach 100%. I'd love to come back and coach our volleyball team, our softball team, our cheer team, anything like that. But I love coaching the little kids. So even throughout college, if I could come back and just help whenever I can, that's why I kind of wanted to stay close. But throughout my career being a teacher and everything, I'm going to have so many opportunities to coach. And with COVID happening and everything, it was really hard for student athletes to like be motivated. And I think people need motivation, and I definitely think I can bring motivation to
Now, what's funny is you're close for now, but you broke it to me just like I heard when you were 5-6 years old. You're going to Alabama.
Hopefully with a transfer my sophomore year.
What is it about being a part of the Tide that excites you? Is it just the area? Is it the winning atmosphere? What is it?
I don't know. From a very young age, I've always wanted to go to school with a good football program, and what's better than Alabama? But my stepdad and I went down there, and it was just completely different. Everyone was so open, and it was way better than I could ever have thought it would be. I really want to go back. I can't wait to finally get back down there.
You realize
awesome.
you don't have to pay tuition. You can just go down there and visit.
I know, but it's just, I would love to be able to say I graduated from the University of Alabama.
That's awesome. So you go from one U of A to the other.
To the other, yep.
I like it. There's a plan in place, folks. There's a plan in place. But let's talk about softball, because that's the season we're in right now. You're the only senior. You're the only upperclassman on this softball team. Obviously a very young group. And we just talked about those young kids look up to you. This freshman and sophomore class, obviously, no choice but to look up to you. But you play a very volatile position and very important position on this team, being catcher. And you and I both being catchers, we know that everything starts and ends with the guy or lady behind the dish.
Yes.
You don't need to be a catcher to be a leader from your perspective.
Yeah.
You've got it naturally. You could play anywhere on the field and be a leader. Why is it so important that you're able to keep an eye on everybody from your position and kind of be the conductor and be able to symphonize everything for Lady Bulldog softball this year?
Yeah, like you said, it's important to have leadership on a team, but I feel like being behind the plate, I can see everyone, I can see everything that's happening. And with young teammates that I have, it's really, softball is a very complex game. It's really hard to remember every single rule and where everything goes and everything. So it's good to have somebody behind the plate that knows the rules of softball. And I'm right next to the coaches, and I have great pitchers in front of me. So just being there and trying to communicate with everyone is actually really, really important.
Now, softball and Gia has been an on and off, again, relationship. Why was it so important for you to come back?
I love the coaches, Jen and Clarence, and they really convinced me to come back and play, and I don't regret it at all. They're amazing people, and Logan and Kenzie and Jocelyn and Coach Alicia from last year, I miss her, but it was just the coaches that brought me back.
You were the coolest looking catcher, I got to admit. I mean, photogenic is all get out because you have, the white gear, and then you always got the shades underneath. What I could never, ever, ever catch in shades. Is it just is it function or is it fashion for you? Or is it a little bit of both? Because I think you got how many pairs of shades? Is it just the one?
No, I have a billion.
There it is. and they're always perfectly synced up with your outfit and your jersey. And the Bulldogs have some interesting jerseys now. The white ones from last year. You still have those around?
We do, but we don't use them because they have our last names and everything, and we got a whole bunch of new freshmen. We just ordered new ones. So.
Gotcha. Okay. Are they the same ones, or are they?
No, they're different.
What are they going to look like? Can you tell?
I will tell. They're orange, and so we'll have white pants, orange jerseys, and then orange socks. Pretty cool.
The all orange. Did you have say in that as a senior? As the senior?
I did. I wanted white at first until I realized that I didn't want to look like a marshmallow. So
you have all white.
I do have all white, so I decided on the orange, and everyone kind of agreed.
Look good, feel good, play good, right?
100%.
And that's what you're looking for. And obviously, it's going to be a challenge. But right now, you've got a couple games that you're starting to, and you actually were on the bubble of making the power rankings in the first week. You had that big win over East.
Yep.
What is it about this team that you want to fall in love with, because you are such underdogs every game, and you're always seemingly in the game? In the early points of the game, it's just the experience that you need and you're craving to get. Where did you get that? I mean, you had to earn that, and you've certainly earned your stripes over the years with some tough programs. When did you finally realize that you needed to earn your stripes by learning how to win in order to achieve the great things that you've done in your career?
Yeah. We were the underdogs last year in softball, and those seniors really put it in my brain that you need to crack down and focus. And we ended up having an even record. I'm pretty sure we were 11-11. But just thinking about, you have to win for yourselves and for your team, and you have to try your hardest all the time. But with these girls especially, I've learned to have fun. They're very funny people, and it's sometimes hard to pay attention, but I don't know, we have a lot of fun this year, and I think when you have fun, you play good. You see teams that you can definitely tell that they're not having fun, but we're smiling all the time and we're laughing all the time, and I think when you have fun, you play good.
Who is one of the Bulldogs that is gone now that took you under their wing whenever you were starting out in, let's say, volleyball, cheerleading, or softball?
Well, I have one for each.
Sure, go ahead.
Each, but for volleyball, I think Melinda Starkey. She just loved the game, and she knew how to play with passion. Cheerleading, I don't know, I've been around cheerleading my whole life,
yes,
so Harley Buzzard, she really made it enjoyable and everything. And then last year for softball was definitely Morgan Rutledge. She played with such grace, and she was just so good, and she was so humble. But I also love Jocelyn. She's my coach now, so.
Who are some of the younger ones now that you're kind of wrapping your arm around and saying, hey, listen, stick by me, even if it's just going and hanging out, those crowds where it's so important to be around people and your peers, even if it's driving around town or going to get a Starbucks or going to get a Dunkin'. Who are some of those players or some of those teammates that you've kind of catered to and wrapped up and are looking to pass the torch to at the next level?
This year in softball, Taylor Foster, her and her sister Maddie, they're both phenomenal at softball, and I love Taylor. She just gets in her head a lot, as I do, and she can whack the softball if she really wants to. She is going to be really good, but we kind of stick together because we have the same attitude that winning is necessary, but you also need to have fun. So Taylor and Maddie, well, I love all of them, but Taylor and Maddie, I've definitely taken under my wing a little bit.
What about volleyball?
Taylor.
Again?
Taylor, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, she was on JV when I was on varsity, and she was just kind of the person I'd go and complain to.
All right, you ready for some rapid-fire questions?
Yes.
All right, so you know how this goes. I ask you one question, first thing that comes to mind, no matter how silly or crazy it is, and if a story accompanies it, let it roll, okay? Number one spot prior to a game?
In my bed listening to music.
I like it. What kind of music?
Any playlist that I have right now with my friend Jaden.
One song you only get one song the rest of your life to listen to. What is it?
Get Along by Kenny Chesney.
Okay. Let's go. Favorite color Gatorade?
Yellow, 100%. I love
Is there a number two, or is it like 6 feet of dirt and then whatever?
that. I love yellow Gatorade.
I'm in that same camp. I am a big yellow Gatorade guy.
It's my favorite.
Would you ever try Gatorade? Was it Gatorade Light or whatever? Like the zero? Do you ever mess around with the zeros?
Absolutely not.
Just straight
Just
old
always
school
Gatorade.
Gatorade. Let's go walk-up song if you had one.
My friends and I are listening to this one song. It's called La Mama de la Mama. It's like a Spanish song. It's really good. It gets me really pumped up.
I like it. Let's go. Man, it's tough because I know you and I know all these answers, so I'm trying to trip you up a little bit here. Let's go. If you could play one position of any sport, what would it be that you don't already play? Boys or girls?
Probably an outside hitter in volleyball.
Okay. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you got a little bit of the front line, if I'm not mistaken, in one of those games.
Yeah, when we played Cheney, I got 3 kills that game.
What was that like for you?
It was awesome. I begged Frank to let me hit all the time, and she finally did. I was so excited.
One concert that you could never see, living or dead, that you would love one ticket to?
I don't know, probably. Oh, that's a hard one. I don't know.
I know you love music.
I do. I'd love to go to a One Direction concert again.
One Direction.
Yep.
I'm not going to lie. I jammed out to them yesterday. Literally. Drag Me Down.
I
Fire.
love that song. They're all
Fire.
so good.
Okay, so we've done the music. One movie that you cannot steer away from?
Either The Goonies or High School Musical 3.
The Goonies?
Yeah, I love The Goonies. That's my go-to.
Oh my good! Are you one of those quote people that quote the Goonies like in random times?
Not to the Goonies, but to High School Musical probably.
Yeah. Do you sing that?
All the time. I got Brady to sing it too when he was super young.
Oh my goodness! All right. What is one quote that you live by?
I was gonna use it for my senior spotlight at school. It says something about like you'll get run over if you just sit there. Like you can't move forward if you just sit there. You got to do something about it.
I like it. Because you're an action young lady.
Mm-hmm.
You've always been an action young lady, no matter what. Always active. All right, so let's go. One thing that you want to check off your list before you graduate.
I don't know, probably playing a prank on Mrs. Randolph. I hope she doesn't watch this, but
No, nobody watches this.
yeah, probably just playing a little prank on
Are you a
Mrs.
prankster?
Randolph. Sometimes. Depends on who it is, but yeah, in school.
Who's the biggest prank? And now you've got an extended family.
Yeah,
Who's the biggest prankster in your family?
probably my brother Hayden. He's a jokester.
He is a jokester. What's the best prank you've ever seen Hayden pull off?
I don't know, whenever he used to babysit me and Lexi whenever there would be snow days and stuff like that. And the one time my mom was pulling into the driveway and I didn't know it, but we were riding a mattress down the stairs. And my mom always told us not to. So the second she opened the door, I was in the middle of the stairs on a mattress and Hayden was just upstairs laughing.
And I feel like that's how I got the mattress sale whenever we used to sell mattresses. Let's go. Why is it so important to you to be a role model outside of your family?
Well, it started with Brady because he didn't want to play sports at first, and then he started coming to my games and he started seeing me, and then his friends saw me. So it's just important to me to see other people grow and make an impact, like all my family has done on everybody.
I have been around your family for a very long time. I've seen you grow. I've seen Hayden grow. I've seen all of them grow, and I'm watching Brady grow. You, young lady, have been such an incredible role model to everybody. The way that you carry yourself. Why is it important for you to be a leader at such a young age, just in general, not just inside your family, but outside it as well? And I know you kind of just answered the question, but giving you a little bit more runway to why it's important to carry yourself a certain way.
Because if you don't carry yourself a certain way, people are not going to see you for who you are. Like, if I sit there with my head down, people are going to think I'm just a sad person. So you've met my mom, I've always been a little over the top, a little loud, just like my mother, but I wouldn't change it for the world. I think people need to know that I'm a strong person, and then people will respect me.
And you've been through a lot.
Yeah.
You've been through a lot in your young age, and I think that adversity that you face has prepared you for everything you're about to take on, and we are so proud of you. We're so excited for you. This has been a long time coming, you sitting down here. So let's get to the nitty-gritty. Let's get to the emotional stuff. Who's your role model outside of your family?
Outside of my family? Gonna be like a celebrity?
Sure.
Chris Bryant, 100%.
Chris Bryant?
That's why I wear the number 17.
Really? You follow him everywhere, or is it just when he was a Cub? I know you're a huge Cubs fan.
Huge Cubs fan.
But now he's not on the Cubs.
Yeah, so we were in B-Dubs one night watching the World Series when they were playing Cleveland, and he went up to bat and he hit a home run, and I was just like, you know what, I might be a Cubs fan. So I started becoming a Cubs fan and everything, and I've been a Cubs fan ever since, but I followed him. I'm a Cubs fan, but a Chris Bryant fan.
And you still have the Chris Bryant jersey, right?
100%.
Yeah, that's my girl. Now, you wear 17.
Yes.
And so does Brady now. What does that mean to you whenever... I mean, I know I get emotional when I see people carrying on those phases because I envision it for myself. You know, numbers are very important. When Brady picked 17, what did that mean to you?
I got a little teary-eyed. I mean, he is my biggest supporter. He follows me everywhere, and I go to all of his stuff, but just watching him be his own person and wearing my number, I hope that he sticks with it, but it warmed my heart. He's my best friend, and I'm so sad to leave him when I go to college, but he's going to do fantastic things.
Talk about that relationship. Your best friend, he's 8 years old. You know, that's tough for an 18-year-old to say that her younger brother's her best friend, because there's so much wrapped around besties and this and that. You are emphatic about him being your best friend. You didn't even blink. What's the relationship like? How was it? Obviously, we know how it was created when he was born, but how has it grown, especially in the last few years, given the amount of things that he's looking up to you now. He's conscious of what you're doing and who you are.
Yeah, I used to be super mad at him because he was the youngest, so he got special treatment. He's still the favorite. Don't let my mom fool you.
100%.
He's just still the favorite. But he just, I don't know, over the last couple of years, whenever I started playing sports, and actually COVID hit and we were in the house together all the time, but he just kind of, we took a liking to the same stuff. We spent every single day together, and he's very mature for being 8 years old. He's very mature, and he's just so easy to talk to. He's great. He's the best little guy.
All right, so you got some hot mic. So you've got Brady. We took care of Brady. He's taking care of, listen, I can go on and on about your stepdad, and I can go on and on about your mother, because both of them have made major impacts in my life personally. Yeah. What have they meant to you?
Well, I don't know. My mom is the greatest person alive. She has been by my side through thick and thin, everything, like tears, everything. She is just amazing. And when she met Brian, I was younger than Brady when she met Brian. And so I was a little standoffish at first, but I cannot imagine my life without him. He does so much for this community and for the police station and the school and everything. He is fantastic, and I truly think that they were made for each other, and I'm so happy that I'm in this family.
What's one thing each of them has taught you about life?
My mom taught me to not let people walk all over me, and Brian just taught me that it's important to be nice to people, because he's a police officer. Of course you have to be nice to people, but it's just important to care for other people and understand what they're going through.
All right, last question I have for you. Okay. Off the wall question. You ready? Mm-hmm. They're going to film a movie about you in Hollywood. Okay. Who's going to star in the role as Gia Brestelli?
Jennifer Lawrence.
All right. Is she your favorite actress?
Yes, I love the Hunger Games and everything.
I'm not going to lie. Kind of a big Hunger Games guy myself. That's awesome. Gia, thank you so much for stopping by. I know you got a big game today with Lisbon. We're looking forward to covering that, but we're super looking forward to continuing to cover you and all the great things that you're going to do. Congratulations on all the success on and off the field.
Thank you.
You'll always have a fan with us, so thank you very much.
Thank you so much.